Hey everyone, I'm Erin,
And I'm Morgan.
and we're here to talk about some of our favorite packaging in the beauty and personal care space. While working in the packaging industry, we have really grown a passion for talking about some of those visual assets that speak to shoppers and really help that purchase decision. So we cannot wait to dive into some of these products today and share with you what's working really well and maybe some food for thought for your new package innovations as well. So Morgan, do you mind kicking us off?
Absolutely. I'd love to. I got my MEJ clips on, Erin. Let's get into it.
Beautiful.
So listen, no better way to kick things off than talking about what we do in the shower. So why not start off here with this Luna Daily Everywhere Wash? Listen, it's gentle. It's got this like soft pink blush packaging with a lot of those like curved lines, cueing a lot of like femininity, but also very clean, modern sort of energy and vibes. The on-pack messaging, Erin, here is also incredibly clear. You're not going to, and I certainly won't be like Googling any sort of like awkward ingredients in the shower because that would be bizarre. So I love this one.
The most bizarre. And so after the shower, we think body care, skin care, and sun care. With
Mm,
sun care in mind, I actually got this Elta MD tinted
I love this one.
sunscreen. This was recommended to me by my dermatologist. And I really love that. First off, it does look very like medical grade and like
Mhm.
it would protect me the way I want it to. And you'll see here, oh, keep seeing here that first off that brand mark is super obvious
Mhm.
right off the bat, and then also that 40 SPF protection is highlighted, and visually you see that color change on pack that helps notate it is a tinted sunscreen as well. So really great. I also love the airless pump, thinking from a functional perspective. It does a
Mm.
great job of alleviating the concern of any type of contamination it might have, and also makes it very travel friendly. I can throw this in my bag and be confident that it's not going to make a mess all over my stuff as well.
Totally. Speaking of travel little hacks, I just did a Sephora haul and I got a little birthday present from them. This Laneige mini set is really awesome. It's always coming with me on my travel. Their design here, Erin, I think is really smart. Each one of the products here really pops so nicely, and hopefully this shows while I'm
Yeah.
showing this. But yeah, each one of those products pops. They have pastel sort of tones, and then in particular, this little cream toner here, the Serapeptide, the viscosity. This was done so intentionally, right? With the clear packaging, you can see how creamy and dreamy the product is. And listen, the formulation lives up to it as well. As soon as I put it on my skin is just soaking it all up. It's really delicious.
I love the way you explain creamy dreamy. Another milky toner that I think is creamy and dreamy is this Bioma milky toner product.
Oh, tell me more.
So absolutely. Um, and to clarify, I take this toner and I'll actually mix it with this skin tint when I want more full coverage. But let's start with the toner. The great thing about Bioma is they do a really solid job. Here we go. Of creating this brand block because of that iconic square packaging in shape. And then also all of their products are very bright in color and color coordinated as well. What's really fun about the Bioma packaging is that you'll see from a messaging perspective, it
Mm.
is very minimalistic and straightforward, but they still have that pop of color, proving that you can be both minimalist while being fun as well. So really cool design and some food for thought there. A quick note on the L'Oreal skin tint, because I brought this up. This is their True Match Nude. I love that it is a very hydrating formula. It's a good dupe to the Armani Silk. I feel like Nina Poole with her duperoonies on TikTok. But here, gorgeous formulation. You'll notice that this applicator is a little messy. So
Mm.
thinking about the functional piece of it is always something to be aware of. from a actual packaging aesthetic perspective, you see this drop that helps communicate hydration without explicitly saying it. So your eye
Mhm.
can move here, and then you see the nude, noting that it is a tint and can be buildable, but is meant to feel like a barely there finish. So great packaging work here.
Beautiful. So, little embarrassed to do this, but going on the opposite side of the spectrum, let's talk about a little skincare splurge because who doesn't like to do that? But make it budget friendly, right? Because I found this at TJ Maxx. So I was postpartum, Erin, and I was looking for something to really nourish my skin because it was changing so much, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I bought postpartum at TJ Maxx. It's the Augustinus Bader body oil. The glass here is dark blue in finish. It has some of those copper goldish sort of tones, giving it really high-end, luxurious, but still a very scientific sort of look. And thankfully, right, the formula lives up to it, talking about creamy, dreamy, your skin just soaking it all up. Really wonderful. Lovely.
Beautiful. I love chrome accents on
Mm,
packaging. I think it's just a clear standout, my perspective. Thinking about that though, the OGX, their branding does a fantastic job of using that gold to give it its iconic brand mark. So this is
mm.
the Bond Repair Heat Protectant Spray that I'm trying to make sure you guys can see all of. The other thing that's really great about this packaging is specifically the cap. So
Mm.
it gives you an indicator that this is an OGX brand because majority of their products have that gold cap along with their gold brand mark, and then a very bright background to catch the eye. So pretty easy to spot on shelf, which if you can be seen, you can be found easier and then more likely to be purchased. Um, the one thing I do want to highlight about this too is it has an on off switch for its actual spray. So, from a functional perspective, really brilliant there. And the spray itself, thinking about what consumers need from a heat protectant, I want it to cover all of my hair. I want it to protect every strand from that heat. So, hopefully, you can see this okay. But this, like,
Yeah.
gorgeous, light, even distribution of spray, wonderful. Really smart design on their end. 10 out of 10.
Very cool. I love that. Talk about like like very smart with a purpose, right? Like how often have you been like traveling and the product dumps over all of your nice clothes, like you're going to a wedding or something, and now your clothes are no longer beautiful. All right. So now transitioning into the very last step of my self-care routine before I head out is this Listerine bottle. So this particular design is a fun collaboration that they did with Frank Morrison, and making. I think that was really with the intent of encouraging diversity, equity, and inclusion within dentistry. But the artwork is beautiful. It's their traditional barbell sort of design. So you're able to know, right? You're able to be familiar with Listerine. It has the traditional brand blocking here. And then all the key benefits, which I think is really nice. So all the standard stuff that you'd be familiar with, but just really beautiful artwork on the product, which is really cool. They have a lot of real estate to play with on either end of the barbell. So it's really beautiful.
Yeah, and so smart on their end because DE&I has been such a huge topic for so many years and very prevalent. So really cool to see them make that initiative too.
Totally.
So my last step is a little pop of lip color. And what I wanted to share today is another duperoonie. So this is Elf. They just came out with this product. It is $9. Absolutely
Wow.
gorgeous. And you may recognize this as like a very common shape seen, maybe from what it's duping, the Summer Fridays lip butter balm. And what is really cool about these products is that this one's $30, this one's $9, and it really is consumer preference. What do you like? What's your cap and what you want to spend? Both packs have that really gorgeous, like matte, almost like silky feel to them from a touch perspective, which gives luxe. The other thing that they both do is they have very similar caps. So when I open
Mm,
this, you can see here, like those caps, make sure they
cool.
face the same way, are almost identical. So we have seen this time and time again in the beauty space that packaging is a really easy thing to copy. So what sets you apart too? Formulations are both gorgeous and very, very similar with each other. And the thing that sets these two packs apart is probably this iconic color coding. Summer Fridays using its white and Elf using its black. And also they are sold at different stores because one is luxe and one is considered mass. So really cool to see. Obviously, I love both and use both, um, but just more food for thought for you guys.
Especially love them because they match the behaviorally colors. So well done, Erin. She's not a
Thanks.
regular
Like I
girl, she's a
try.
company girl. Yeah. And listen, everyone, that's a wrap on our routines. I feel like, Erin, we've written a little love letter to all the packaging that really makes the cut for our shelf. Just to really recap what we've talked about clean communication, we've talked about luxe designs and everyday functionality. These brands totally get it when it comes to powerfully impact on packaging and what it can come to in order to win consumers. But yeah, gosh, thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you're as obsessed with packaging and beauty as we are, make sure to stay connected. We'd love to continue the conversation.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.